Brodad Podcast, episode 4.
We're live. We're doing it again. Somehow.
Who
I don't
who
know.
would have thought we would have made it to episode 4 by now?
Could you imagine if we were trying to do this like, I don't know, mid 80s, early 90s and we had to like actually get sponsors and pay for radio time?
Yeah,
Like
because we wouldn't have been able to afford like a mic or
or
we would have had
anything,
to.
or nobody would let us be on their radio. But
Yeah,
this is like our radio. We can do whatever we want.
if you're listening to this means you're on our radio
Yeah, this is you're listening to Brodad Podcast Radio.
slash video because technically we are video too. But yeah,
That's true. Did you see Spotify put the COVID-19 just like you predicted?
I knew it. I did see
They
that,
put the
guys.
COVID-19 like
Mm-hmm.
disclaimer on there, like, hey, learn more about COVID-19 as if
Yeah,
anyone is joining. First of all, as if anyone is listening to this anyway. But second, like as if anyone's listening to this going, oh my gosh, I am like the wiser about COVID-19 now that I listen to the Brodad podcast.
What's COVID?
Yeah.
They're going to do it again because we said the freaking words. But
Hey, we should just do a test. Okay. So this time we just made fun of them about putting the COVID disclaimer on there. Let's see what happens. Maybe next time we just start slipping it into casual conversation. Like,
yeah, see
I
how
was at
good
this,
yeah.
this co-video space and just see how, like how much it picks up,
Yeah. Yeah, I figured it would do that, but you know what, guys? This is just a plug. We're on Spotify now, so a lot of y'all been like, "Wait, where can we listen to it?" And we're like, "YouTube," and y'all like, "No, where else though?" So now we can confidently say you can also listen on Spotify. Brodad Podcast, the Brodad Podcast.
The Brodad.
I don't know if we've ever explained. I guess we did explain the name, right? Did we? Like,
It's pretty self-explanatory. We're two
yeah,
bros who are dads.
yeah, and we
I
want to
mean,
talk about being bros and being dads. So
sweet,
that's what
nice
we're doing here.
explanation.
Yeah, I mean that's as easy as it gets. What's been up? Let's catch up, Austin.
Yeah, so this is the catch up. So you have a cool jingle for one of our segments. What's the catch up jingle? On the spot, go.
Haynes, no. Tomatoes, no. It's ketchup, yo. I don't know.
Why was
on the
that?
spot.
Why was that actually kind of good? Like you literally, I said on the spot, go, and you said Haynes, and I thought you just short circuited. I didn't actually know you were going anywhere with that.
I wouldn't say that it's good, but I would say it's not bad, right? I mean,
I
it's
think
just
we have to
not
go with
bad.
it because you literally just made it up. So
Yeah.
that's the catch up jingle now.
Wait,
Maybe next time say it a little more confidently. But other than
Haynes,
that, is
tomatoes. No. I don't. Was that what I said? It's ketchup. I'll have to go back and listen
listen.
to it.
It's recorded, so
I know. I already forgot.
yeah, you're good. Yeah,
What's your week been like?
Pretty good. I just have been sharing with a lot of people. I've been feeling a lot more tired lately than I ever have, just physically drained, and not like sometimes that happens just because there's like a lot of like difficult, bad, challenging things that are going on in your life. I don't necessarily think that's it. I think it's more just there's a lot going on. It's a busy time of the year, and there's kind of like additional responsibilities that I have this time of year that I haven't had in the past. And so just kind of wading through all that has been a little challenging. Had the mission team last night, had the mission team last week, and then have a new mission team this week. And so it's, kind of spring break stacked back to back and trying to walk through all that. So it's been really good. Again, really, really exhausting, but definitely really good. So
where's the where was the team from this week?
So they're from Arkansas, and
home territory.
Yeah. So it's actually a really good friend of mine, and it's a lot of college students from UALR and from UAPB, and so that's University of Arkansas at Little Rock, University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff. So pretty excited to have them here. They're awesome. They're just super flexible. They went to lunch today. We kind of hung out for a bit. They paid for me to get a cheesecake and coffee, which future reference, if you're visiting New York, that's never a bad way to make a really good impression, is to get someone a cheesecake and coffee. And so, yeah.
But the truth is, where's the cheesecake from, though?
Did you ever go to Ammonia Cafe in Astoria?
No.
OMONIA? It's really good. They can like take literally the team is 22 people, and I walked over there. It's like a block from our new church space.
Yeah.
I was like, "Hey, I've got some friends in town. It's like 20 people. Do you guys think you could do it?" And they're like, "Yeah." I said they don't have to sit together. You can split them up. They're like, "No, no, we'll clear space." And I was like, "Oh,
Dang.
okay." It's like also they just got here and they have a ton of luggage. So I just kind of like kept adding, and they were just like, "Oh, that's fine. That's fine. Don't worry about it. We'll put it in the back. It's not even a
They
big
just
deal.
like
Just
they like see dollar signs. They're like, no, I don't care. Bring them.
yeah,
It doesn't
yeah,
matter.
for sure.
That's good. That's very difficult to do in New York with a big group to try to
Yeah, well,
go
that's like
anywhere.
that's the second week in a row they've. I mean, the last week was a group of 10, so it was like half the size. But
Yeah.
yeah, they're just really great.
Nice. So
Yeah. What
just rocking it
about
with
you?
the mission team. So my week was pretty busy, I would say. Not as busy as the week before. Remember that was a crazy week, but this one was
Yeah.
less busy. Today's my birthday, so technically, shout out to me. I've been saying technically a lot, just like as like a I don't really know what would you say, like just like a bit, like in conversation where it doesn't apply. So
Yeah,
technically,
you don't
it
actually have to say
applies.
you don't yeah, you don't have to actually say technically when it's
Yes. So
actually your birthday.
technically, it's my birthday.
Technically,
uh,
I'm doing a podcast right now. On
you
it's
just
actually technically on my birthday.
you say it, yeah. You just say it before anything that's a fact. So that today was awesome. Got to hang out with my friend. Some of my family came into town. I played drums at church today. I always like playing drums at church because it's just the most fun instrument to me. Um, a lot of so for some people don't know, I normally am leading worship from the guitar or playing keys, and having to like prep the songs, like organize, schedule, and stuff. But I like it when I play drums because I just get to show up. Somebody's already picked the songs, and I just like get to play drums. So
That's why I've always played drums. It's like the least amount of prep. I mean, not that you don't have to practice, you do, but even in practicing, it's just kind of like getting the rhythm of the song
yeah,
versus having to like know all the notes and
yeah, all the
you know.
parts, and because you get to be a little bit flexible, with how you want to do a song. You're a drummer too. That's just something we have in common
Yeah.
as bros and dads.
Yeah. I mean, I'm mainly a drummer. So for you to be someone who plays drums every once in a while and go, "Hey, you're a drummer too." That's a little backwards. I think
Yeah,
I
you're
should be
right. You're
saying,
right.
"Hey, you're a
Yeah,
drummer too."
you're right. You're mainly a drummer. Drumming
Yeah.
is my like. I was telling someone today at church because someone that came up to me was like, "I didn't know you played drums," because they normally see me on acoustic. And I'm like, "Well, it is the funnest instrument that I play. Like to me, it's the funnest, but it's also my weakest instrument. So out of all the instruments, it's my weakest.
Yeah. I mean,
And I'm
of
not afraid to admit that.
in our relationship, you have like the talented musician that plays multiple instruments. You have that cornered. I get to be the drummer.
Yeah, you
That's
just
how
need
it
to be the
works.
really
I
good
get to be the
drummer.
drummer. You be the person that's good at everything else, but I get to be the drummer. Don't take that from me.
I'm not taking it. It's all
Okay.
yours. You got
Okay.
it. You're the
Good.
drummer. Austin is the drummer, everyone.
I
Okay.
want that on my title. I want that Austin, and underneath I want the drummer to be my subtitle, just so no
Amazing.
one
All right.
forgets.
I'm gonna put that. That's funny. Uh yeah, man. So otherwise it was a good week. Just working at the coffee shop, making drinks, hustling business. I was actually off Saturday, so I didn't have to go. It was very busy there on Saturday, but I didn't have to do that. So
Yeah,
that was
that is
nice.
it's good. Yeah. Well, when you're the manager, you kind of well, it looks, everything looks like it's squared away here. I'm gonna
Yeah.
take a
You
step
got
back. I don't want to
yeah.
micromanage.
Yeah, I'm
I'm
not
gonna
trying to
take a step back.
micromanage anyone. Yeah, there's like a line out the door, and they're like, "Well, I think you guys got it right."
See you later. I'm gonna go pick up some milk. I think we're almost out of milk, right?
I do get the milk. Yeah, I actually have to do that after we get done recording. I have to go get milk because there's like
I'll
two
bet you
gallons.
do. I'll
Yeah,
bet you
there's
do.
like 2 gallons left in the whole shop. So
Shouldn't you
technically,
wait until the
technically, I'm the
morning?
milkman.
Technically, yeah. Technically, should you wait till the morning, and then that way, when there's like that line out the door, you can just make an
Mhm.
emergency of it. Like, oh, I forgot to get milk, and then just
Yeah,
dart out.
save the day.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Then not you can like you know in a disguised way look like the hero when really you're just the guy that's like abandoning the shop.
right. Well, some would say the villain.
The villain, yeah. No, some would say that would be someone's like, villain origin story. They were a barista and their manager just left them high and dry to go get milk and they got yelled
This is
at
my
by
story.
100 customers.
Dun dun.
So good.
Yeah, so that's That's my week. That's your week. Uh, what else? Anything else
No,
on
that's
that
pretty
end?
much it. No, no, just being busy.
Um, all right. So let's go now to our dad moment of the week. Uh,
I need, yeah, soundbite.
I'm gonna
Give me the
sing it.
soundbite. Yeah.
Our dad moment. I actually don't remember how I did it. Do you remember it, Dad? I don't know.
Well, it was something like the dad moment.
Of the week.
Yeah, you made like some kind of weird dad moment.
Dad moment of the week. So yeah, don't basically if you're listening, expect that jingle to change every time.
No, no, no. I like the first one. If you're listening, expect that jingle to be exactly like it was the first
All right,
time,
we're gonna go
not
back
like
and
this
listen.
time.
Yeah, yeah. Imagine the first one. Um, Dad moment of the week, where we talk about just something that really epitomizes vocabulary word, what it means to be a dad, and something like a situation.
Technically, every word is a vocabulary word.
Technically, you're right. And so this segment is all about trying to exemplify the peak dadness that we had experienced this week. Like, what was our peak dad moment?
Yeah.
So I'll let you go first, Austin. What was your peak dad moment this week?
Peak dad moment. Well, peak dad moment was probably a moment that isn't unique to just this week. It's a moment that happens quite often.
Mm.
I mean, I probably did it this week at some point, didn't even realize it, but you were on the phone the other day and Haley was making fun of me and she's like, "Oh, look, I'm going to be Austin." And when people FaceTime us or video call, this is here we go again with like
Here we
video
go with the
calls.
FaceTime.
they're
Still
like
haven't figured it out.
they're like my they're like my kryptonite, apparently. Like I can't, it's like, wow, he's so tech savvy. And then I'm on the thing, oh, hello, hello, can you hear me? Which that's another story, actually. But yeah, so no, this week you were on the phone and Haley was like, I'm gonna be Austin. And she had like, the front facing part of the camera. And like I try to face that toward our kids and think because like they want to see who they're talking to,
Right.
like any moron amateur can just flip the camera. Right.
Right.
Like
Yeah,
I
you
can
flip it. Yeah.
even I can do that. But my kids, they want to see who they're talking to, whatever. So instead of flipping the camera, I just flip the phone. Well, I don't know if anyone's ever just paid attention to the camera on, it's like in the middle region of your phone, but it's not dead center on your phone. And
Yeah.
kind of in my head, I'm imagining that's where the camera is. And I'm totally making an excuse right now, just so everyone knows.
Yeah, just
But
you're
I'm
really
imagining,
the
yeah,
setup here.
yeah, yeah. I'm imagining it's like in the dead center of the phone, which it's not, which it shouldn't make that big of a difference because it's literally like centimeters off
Yeah.
center. But I always point it like it's never at someone's face. I'm like, hey, do you want to talk to grandma? It's like Colby's hand. Or I'm like,
Yeah.
Haley, did you hear that? It's like her shoulder. It's like they're never in frame ever. And
Yeah.
so my dad moment of the week was Haley reminding me how terrible I am at pointing the camera. And then even earlier, we were on the phone talking and I faced it toward her. And like I ended up doing it on purpose, but the initial turning of the phone was like so far off the framing of her
Yeah.
face.
Yeah,
It was bad.
it's like whenever you go, you guys know what we're talking about, right? I mean, when you're on FaceTime with someone and like my mom is like 100% guilty of this, like all the time. Like she doesn't know that the flip exists. She doesn't even like imagine that flip is gone. She doesn't know how to flip the camera when she's on FaceTime. To use your back camera. So anytime she's like, "Oh, look at this," and she's like, gonna show me, and it's probably similar to what you experience as far as when you go to show somebody.
To what
And
it's similar to what you experience. Like I have some kind of disability or something.
it's
It's just
it's
similar, difficulty
to
challenge that
yeah.
you
I mean,
faced.
you and
Thank you
her
for
would get along. You guys should go
technically,
to.
technically,
Technically, you're not tech savvy.
yeah.
Yeah. So I it just bugs us like crazy. Like I'm like, Mom, just flip the camera around. But in your case, I also like your defense because it's like, no, if they're talking to someone, you want them to be able to see who they're talking to.
I
So
mean, yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with it. But
yeah,
I mean, honestly, I think it was you I was talking to about the idea for an iPhone that has that has a screen on the front and the back of the phone.
yeah, yeah. You told me this. Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, that would solve everyone's problems. I mean, Apple, if you're listening, like everyone else is trying to do the folding phone, forget that. No,
no,
no, we're going to stop being what's the word I'm looking for?
like a sheep, like following
Yeah,
everybody.
yeah, stop following it. No, we need a phone that wastes no space, that gives
Yeah,
equal value to the front and back of the phone
Yeah.
because each would have they would both have a screen. That way, if you
Yeah.
pick up your phone, like another thing that I do that's very dad like, I'm often like I'll be looking away and I'll pick up my phone and like go to text or do something. It's the back of the phone. You know what would solve that? If
Yeah.
the back of the phone also had a screen on it.
Yeah. If it was just all like a mirror situation, you know?
Yeah, I'm a victim of Apple not putting a screen on both sides of the phone. That's my problem. Hey, guess what? If my kids wanted to see who they were talking to and there was a screen on both sides of the phone, I wouldn't have to flip the camera. I wouldn't have to flip the phone. I would just face the phone one way. It would like be a it'd be like a real live be real. Like what you
it would
know like
be a it would
yeah.
be a for real be real.
Exactly. Exactly. So, yeah,
Do
that
you
just needs
have
to
a
happen.
be real, by the way?
I do not. I've been featured in about 3 B reels from college students who are like, "Be in my B reel," and it's just like boom, and
Yeah.
it just happens so fast, and you don't. It's
It's
like you don't even get to say no. They're just
yeah.
like it's already happening.
I definitely have a be real, but it's one of those things where, there's a lot of Gen Zers that work at the coffee shop, okay? So, they're like they've explained it to me. They've been like, "Oh, you have to get on Be Real or you're a loser and you're actually not going anywhere in life if you don't have Be Real." It's kinda like that thing, and I remember as a kid used to think like, when my grandparents are trying to use Facebook or whatever, I remember being like, "I will never get behind the times," like, because I used to be like, "How do they not understand how to use Facebook?" And, I remember as, like, a 14, 15-year-old as social media is coming out being like, "No, I will never be behind," like, just because we grew up in a different time. Like, we grew up with the technology, they didn't. But now I'm like, "Oh, yeah, no, I mean, I don't know how to do anything. I don't even have a TikTok." I mean, I have a TikTok, but
But you don't know how to use it.
I don't know how to use it.
Dude, that's classic behind the times.
Yeah.
Like, not I don't have it, it's like you tried. It's like it's on your phone because you
Yeah.
attempted it, but you couldn't figure it out, and then, like, you
Yeah.
probably couldn't even figure out how to delete it, so you're just like, "Whatever, forget it, I'll come back to
Yeah.
it later," and then you never did.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like, I've seen this meme where it's like, I watch I watch TikToks of reels of Facebook's reels like a man because I'm a grown up. I'm a real grown up.
I'm a
So,
real grown up,
I
yeah.
see those TikToks y'all are talking about. I just see them about 6 months after you do.
That's
And
amazing.
so I'm like, "Oh my gosh, Grace, watch this," or Lizzie, "Watch my sisters." And they're like, that was on TikTok like 6 months ago." And I'm like, "Oh, it's still funny though,
Yikes.
right?"
Yikes. It's still funny, yeah, we're still laughing at it.
Yeah, so, you know, that's a dad moment for both of us, technically. That's a shared dad moment. I
It
mean,
is.
we
Our
both don't
first
have
one.
Be Real.
Our first shared
Um,
dad moment. No, no, no,
yes.
no, no, correction. I never tried Be Real. So
Oh.
technically, I might still be good at it, but we know for sure that you are not.
Yeah, I guess let's just assume that let's just be with me on this, like, I need you on this right now. Like,
Oh, yeah,
be
this is
with
a shared
me.
dad moment. Shared dad. Yeah.
Um,
Sorry,
my
I was mistaken.
yeah, be real, Austin. So my dad moment, are you done with your dad moment?
I mean, I was done with my dad moment like 5 minutes ago, but you
That's what
wanted
I
to
thought.
drag it out,
Correct
and
answer. I was a
yeah.
test. I know.
I was just making sure you knew
I
that
was
your
making
dad
sure
moment was
you
over.
yes. Dude,
Yeah,
this is such
okay.
a power have you heard talked about like power by the way, if you're listening to this, I'm making a pyramid with my fingertips. It's a power move. A lot of people in business, they talk about this. Like
Listen, I don't know. I mean, if you're not watching this, maybe you should like. I would not describe this as a pyramid
what,
thing. I don't.
what,
I
what
don't
is
know
it?
what it is, but I mean, I feel like a pyramid has layers and levels, and you literally made just like a camping tent and called it a pyramid. Like, could you
Oh,
imagine
I
if,
like the tent. Yeah, it's
bro?
like a
What if
tent.
you went to Egypt and they were like, "Look at these pyramids," and they're like, "Wow," and you're like, "Look at my pyramid," and it's just like a
Look,
Walmart tent that you threw up in 5 minutes. They're like, "No, dude, that is not a pyramid. That's what you did. You just made a Coleman. Like I'm trying to,
yeah,
start a fire at my campsite tent and call it a pyramid."
it's not quite the prayer hands like an emoji. It's like a little bit spread. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
it's a camping
It's
tent.
like if you did the prayer hands and then left room for Jesus. That's
Yes,
exactly what it is.
exactly. Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
My dad moment starts actually it's more of a dad weekend moment. Um I
Oh, like a dad saga.
it's a dad saga, if you will.
Okay.
So, my birthday's this weekend. Um And so just trying to like, I'm trying to think of why um it technically wasn't a birthday present for me because I'm trying to convince myself that it wasn't because
It technically wasn't.
it's technically wasn't a birthday present for me. Um, but also it kind of was. So Saturday morning. Now listen, I know you're in New York City where you don't have grass. Like you just walk outside and everything's concrete, and then you just have rats and poop everywhere. But but we
Wow. What an endearing description of the most incredible city in the entire
I
world.
know. Well,
Listen,
that's
I
what
know you're grassless, and which by the way, if you go outside, you can clearly smell that New York City is not grassless. Um,
yeah.
it's just not on the ground. It's
It's a
been
different kind of
repurposed.
grass. It's a
Yeah.
repurposed greenery.
Yes. And then rats and poop. Is that what you
Yeah.
said?
And
Wow.
trash. I forgot
And
trash.
trash. Yeah. Yeah. Of course. Okay. Go on.
So
None of that's incorrect, by the way.
yeah, it's just I mean, it's an amazing city. It's the best city in the world, but it does have rats and poop everywhere. But so I have like I don't know, I think it's like 0.6 acres. That's our property on our house. Okay, so our front yard's pretty small. Definitely could push mow it. Like it's
Can you like tell us what that is in English? Like how big? I have
like
no like. I understand an acre is like a measurement, and I have a yard in Arkansas, so I kind of have somewhat of an idea of it. But I feel like you're like 0.6 acres, and I'm like I don't really know how big
yeah.
that is at all. So if you were to
I
sprint as fast as you could, how far would it take, or how long would it take you to get across your yard?
I would say a sprint. Oh,
Yeah, like
across my yard, maybe
yeah.
like 3 seconds.
Wow. So it's less than like 30 yards. Is that
Yeah, I would say it's yards. I like yards because I think of football field. It's probably like 10 yards. It's probably like 15 yards wide.
wide? Okay. And this is just the front yard.
That's the front yard. The backyard
Mm-hmm.
is probably it's probably like 30 to 40 yards long.
Okay.
Okay. And maybe like maybe 10 yards wide.
Okay.
So
I
four
have a much better picture of what
yeah.
we're talking
So
about
the
now.
so the
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
backyard's much bigger than the front yard.
Okay.
So the front yard, when we moved here last year, we dropped a ton of freaking dough to try to get this house. And so then it was like summertime. It was like, oh, time to mow your grass because the grass is getting out of control. I was like, well, we're definitely not buying a lawnmower because those are like $3,000 or $4,000. And or even if it was a push mower, it's like $500. I was like, well, no, we're just gonna pay somebody this year. Just pay someone. My friend does yards around here. He gave us a really good deal, and he just, you know, he comes every 2 weeks. Just let's do that. Well, this year comes around, and I'm like, I I don't. I think I want to do my own yard because like you could save your own. You could save money in the long run if you invest in like a lawnmower. So kind of got on this like I guess it would be like you would call it a fixation on like I have to get a lawnmower. Um, so that's kind of
That's difficult to break. I've that's happened to me a lot with I mean not a lawnmower. I mean
yeah.
nothing
No,
that
but like
lame.
no,
But
nothing that crazy.
you think like, "Oh, I'm fine. I don't need this." And but it's just like and then YouTube and, Facebook and Instagram, they've read your mind. They know
Yeah.
your inner deepest like, fears and
They
thoughts.
start
And
pushing the
all of a
ads.
sudden, lawnmowers just start popping up everywhere. And you're thinking
Yeah.
to yourself, have I always gotten these lawnmower ads or is it just now that I really need
Yeah.
one?
I need one
And
now.
it just happens. And so I'm anxious to see if you ended up getting a lawnmower. I think that's
Well,
where this is going, right?
it is. So this is the story, spoiler alert, of how I got a lawnmower. so so
Feels like you just said that as a confession. This is
yeah, I
how
just
I
want to
got my lawnmower.
and you can also see how this ties into being a dad moment. So so I had been looking on Marketplace because I'm like, I'm not dropping 4 grand on a brand new lawnmower. Those things depreciate like faster than a car, especially brand new car. So, you know, I got my friend to let me borrow his push mower for like 2 weeks ago because it was the first time I needed to mow. Push mowed the whole thing, and I was like, definitely not doing this for like the
Ever
next
again.
7 months. Yeah, straight, twice twice a month, basically. It took me 2 hours, or no, like an hour and 45 minutes just to push mow the entire yard. That's not like weed eating or like edging or blowing or anything. That's just the push mower. So it ended up being like almost a 3-hour thing to try to do the yard with. So I'm like, I'm looking for a riding lawnmower at this point. You know, I'm not trying to push mow, you know. Some people would say, hey, why don't you just man up, push mow the thing, just be a man. And I'm like, to say to you, I would say, no, I want to ride on a lawnmower.
Nope.
um,
To you, I would
so
say, why stand when you could sit? I feel
yeah,
like that's Louisiana's state motto.
yeah,
Forever, why stand
Louisiana,
when you
why?
could sit?
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So I'm really embracing the culture. So I've been looking on marketplace, my marketplace, just like you said. Like once I started looking, it's like ads galore. It knows I want a lawnmower. It's like new one every day. It's like here's one, you know, and they're all like, I see a good deal, and they're like, oh, I'm like, that looks good, and they're like, yeah, okay, well, it doesn't work. The blades need to replace, and just needs a starter, but otherwise it works. And I'm like, okay, well, that's not a functional lawnmower. So
Riding lawnmower. Only you have to push it.
yeah,
Okay,
riding lawnmower.
that's not
Wheels
what I'm looking for.
needs all wheels. No wheels available. Needs wheels and needs gas. It needs an engine.
$7,000.
Yeah. So anyway, I just kept waiting, but then here's the moment. Saturday morning. It's I'm off. I'm sipping my coffee. I'm taking it slow, and then scrolling marketplace. Boom. There's a little riding lawnmower, $375, and I'm like, can't be. It's got to be a scam. I click on it, and I'm like, he says runs great, just trying to get rid of it, and I'm like, okay, you know, I want it. So I message him like, hey, like, when can I come to look at it? Today. And he's like, oh, I'll be home at 1. I'm like, great. I was like, we're gonna come. And do I need to like give you a deposit? I want to pay for half of it, like hold it for me, you know. He didn't really respond. So I start getting ready at like 11, 12. I'm like going to get my friend's trailer. I'm borrowing it to load up the lawnmower. I'm like ready to go. And this house is like, his place is like 25 minutes from my place. And so I start
So
going out there.
it's like 6 blocks down.
Yeah, New York, this would be like, yeah, the only 6 blocks.
You
It'd be
just
like
ride the
going.
lawnmower from where it is to home, and you'd be
I,
fine.
I would fit right in
Yeah,
into Louisiana. Yeah, we've seen tons of people riding lawnmowers just down
yeah.
the road. So I'm on my way, and I told him, I'm like, hey, I'm on my way, and then he responded with his address, and he's like, um, okay, yeah, first come, first serve. Here's my address. I was like, wait, no,
What?
not first come, first serve. I'm on my way, and I already offered to pay for half of it, and didn't respond. So I'm like booking it at this point, you know. And so I'm about 5 minutes from his house, and he messaged me, sorry, sold and gone, thanks. Dude,
No.
I got the trailer down. Like I got a friend with me to help me load it up. Like we're almost there. Who does that? Sorry, it's
That's
gone.
not, yeah, that's not how you marketplace.
Like I've never been more like angry at a marketplace or even any kind of like online situation like that. This was like pinnacle of anger for me. The things that I wanted to respond to him
I mean, that was
would
your riding lawnmower. That's the
that
thing that
was
you've
it.
been waiting for.
Yeah, it was the perfect deal. I wanted it, and I couldn't have it. so
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 naturally, like any, sound thinking person, you're just like, well, that's unfortunate. And you went home and you just counted your losses,
yeah,
right?
right. No, you would think.
You would think. Okay,
So,
yeah.
but put yourself in my shoes. I've got a trailer. I've got a friend to load up a lawnmower. I've got money burning a hole in my pocket. I'm ready. I've got a lawnmower on the brain. Okay. I'm ready to get a lawnmower.
I will put myself in your mindset, but I've smelled your shoes and I will literally never put myself in your shoes. But continue.
For those who don't know, I have a disease, but it's treatable and it's being treated sometimes. And just pitted keratolysis. Look it up. Anyway, so actually, if you look it up, you're going to be very offended. But anyway,
Now we're gonna get a COVID-19 thing and like a health.
Yeah, they're gonna.
There's no way
Please.
they're airing this.
Yeah. So then I'm like, okay, well, we go back home, and I'm like, I'm so mad. I still want a lawnmower. I'm start looking on the marketplace again. I'm like, I got the trailer. Like, let's just see if there's any other deals. Nothing. No deals. So then I'm like, well, I'm about to go to Lowe's and buy one. I'm about to just go to Lowe's and buy a
Forget this. Yeah.
brand new one. And I was like, you know what? If I cancel my gym membership, I can finance this thing for like 12 years and pay $20 a month. Like,
Look,
you know,
I can see you pitching this to Madeline. Look, if we just sell the house, I'll take some of the money and then I'll get the riding lawnmower and I'll mow the people's lawn who live here, and then it'll all be okay.
and we'll have a lawnmower.
She's
Yeah.
like, I don't think it's gonna be okay, man.
No, yeah, you have to get her side of the story because it was one of those things where I'm like, no, we need it. And like
Well,
in
go
it
get her.
in the sense, well, she's I think she's working, but at the
Oh man.
honestly, in the sense of it, like this wasn't like one of my normal escapades where I need a new thing and I want a toy. This was literally like, okay, financially smart. If you can get your own lawnmower, mow your own grass, I'm paying $80-$90 a month for someone to do our yard, right? Times X that by 9 or 10 months of the year. What is that? What is that? Literally, I'm asking. I don't do math.
More
Let's call
than
it.
just more than
Let's
just
call it
buying
$100. Let's $1,000 a year
Yeah.
for at least for doing yards. Okay, so every year that's just a recurring money go out the door. Just where's that money going? Out the door, not in my pocket. So
This is where it always starts. It's financially feasible. That's step one of the fixation wheel.
yeah. So that was really my push. Is like, one, I don't want to buy just a push mower because then that takes me away from the family for like 3.5 hours every time I do the lawn. Like I'm mowing the lawn, and that is I'm only doing the lawn when I'm off of work, which is precious time. So I'm like, no, I'm not about to sit here and push mow this yard for 3.5 hours every time I need to do the yard. So it was for sure going to be a riding lawnmower. So anyway, that was my logic. It was like, no, we're going to invest in this, whatever it is. And then in the 2 years, it pays for itself as far as like, we don't pay someone to come do our grass. So anyway, but I was like, well, before I go to Lowe's and buy a lawnmower, I'm going to post on Facebook like anyone would do and say, hey, y'all, I'm looking for a lawnmower. If anybody knows one that's used and wanting to sell one, let me know. PM me. People do that on Facebook. PM me. So
I don't like that. I would much rather DM.
I know they
Right?
say PM on
PM.
Facebook though. Yeah, private message. Yeah.
Okay.
It took me a long time to figure out what PM means. I was like, what? Do they mean DM? I don't understand.
Mm,
Anyway, within
like it.
20, 30 minutes of me posting that, one of my friends from college who lives in the area was like, hey, my mom and dad are selling theirs. It's like a brand new lawnmower, but it's good shape and they're selling it for $500. And I'm like, whoa, that's a good deal. Cause like I said, these were like $3,000 or $4,000 for a lawnmower. So I'm like, absolutely. Send me the info. And now I'm paranoid because I'm like, don't sell it. Don't sell it. Like, please, please. Like, I'm coming. Like, I'll pay
I'll
you
give
right
you
now.
1,000.
yeah, just don't sell it. And so anyway, we loaded up again. I go get my friend. I said, get in the truck. Like, I still have
Was
the
he
trailer.
hesitant? Was he skeptical this time, or did he still just like jump in?
No, he was felt better about it, but he didn't ask where we were going. Like I was just like, hey, we're going to pick it up, and he's like, okay. He gets in. We're driving. We're on the interstate, going towards Lake Charles, but we passed the normal exit. You go to Lake Charles, and he goes, wait, where are we going? And I was like joking with him. I was like, whoa, this is in Baton Rouge. We have to go to Baton Rouge. I was like, you said you would come with me anyway, but it was only in Lake Charles. And dude, it was exactly what he said. Loaded it up. It was bought in 2021. He barely used it, kept it in a shed. And let me pull up a picture so I can show you guys.
Oh wow, we actually get to see your prize.
Yeah, this is it, dude. And this is me and Hudson on the wait, let me switch back. All right, let me present. All right. Oh. Okay,
Let's check it out.
Let me move this camera a second. Share screen. All right. All right. Whoa, 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 whoa. All right, here it is. Do you see that?
Whoa.
That's it.
Yeah, dude. Kind of. I mean, it kind of looks like if you played Super Mario Kart, but the cart had like blades on the bottom.
Yeah, it's definitely like a little guy. It's not one of these. It's not one of these big guys. It looks like, yeah, it does look like I'm in a Mario Kart race.
But at the same time, it looks like perfect for the size of your yard.
Yeah, it's I didn't need like a huge like wide cut blade situation. Like I literally just it was push mowable. Is that a word? It was push mowable. But this is kind of like this is a little bit bigger than the size of a normal push mower as far as like the blade and how much it can cut at one time. But it's I get to ride it. I don't have to push it. So when I'm 100 pounds heavier, you can say, Hunter, do you remember when you
Didn't,
refused?
but yeah. Do you remember when you refused free exercise?
Yeah.
Yeah. So about that.
So yeah, man, that was so I got the lawnmower, fixed it up, and man, I cut my grass today. And I also for my birthday, I got some birthday money from mama and daddy, and I went and bought an electric weed eater. So first time really using an electric
Oh,
weed eater.
so to
Yeah.
recap, how you 26, 27?
So now, yeah, just turned 26.
So you turned 26, and for your 26th birthday, you got a riding lawnmower and an electric weed eater. Is that
And not only that, but I am absolutely jacked about it.
that? Yeah, that's about as that. Yeah, that's a dad
Like
moment right
that's
there.
peak dad, right?
That's
That's
peak
like
dad. Yeah, no, I'm.
peak
That's a
dadness.
proud dad moment. Yeah, that's nice.
Um, and I did one of those things where it's like I mowed the grass, weed eated, cleaned everything off, put it up, and I just walked around my yard.
You
And
just
I was
looked
like,
at it,
I just looked
just
at it.
stared it down.
I took I literally, I took pictures, and I was
Yeah,
like, sent that to the family group mess chat, and I said, deal with it. Like that's what I just did, you know.
deal with it. Deal with it.
So
They were probably like, "We didn't even want to look at this picture, so we're good."
they're just like, what is it? I'm like, it's my cut grass. But
Yeah, I worked so hard.
so yeah,
That's awesome.
that's like, you know, this is 26, I guess. This is how it
Well,
starts.
it's 26 when you have a kid and a house and responsibilities.
Yeah.
But I know a lot of 26-year-olds that
They're
don't
living it
even know
up,
riding
bro.
lawnmowers exist.
Dude, they're living it up, aren't they? Yeah. No, I mean, look, I get to do this. This is fun. You know, this is not this is I feel like this is up with the times,
Yeah,
podcasting.
yeah. No, I mean, like you don't have to say that like to convince yourself. Like you're
Well,
cool. We
yeah, I'm
focused on the dad moments the last few weeks. That's fine, but we have the
yeah,
bro moments too. Go ahead,
exactly.
prove you're still a bro. What's the broest thing you did this week?
The broest thing? Oh,
Yeah.
dude, wait. Think, think. Um, I don't know, man. I don't know, and I don't know if I am a
Oh
bro.
no.
I don't
Oh
know.
no.
Nope. No,
Nope. Never
I
mind.
don't.
Okay.
I think it was
Yeah.
mostly dad stuff this week, unfortunately. Actually,
Dang.
it's not unfortunately, but it's just I gotta work on more bro stuff.
Yeah. You gotta
That I'm doing it
set
right
aside
now.
some
I'm bro.
times.
This is my bro stuff this
This is
week.
bro. Yeah. Yeah. For sure. I got to go to City College, and it's not going to work out tomorrow. We're supposed to play basketball tomorrow, but apparently the gym closes at like 3 or something. I just think the college students don't want the smoke, as it were,
As
and
it were, from the palm of your hand.
yeah, yeah, as it were. So, but yeah, no, I'm gonna get to play basketball, so that'll be my next bro thing. I think I'm gonna play basketball with some college students at City
Dang.
College.
Yeah, that's
So
super hip.
I'm
That's
excited about that.
that's
Yeah.
I like basketball. I like basketball.
Okay, so Hunter is one of those people who does not look like he can play basketball, and then he gets on the court and starts shooting, and it's confirmed. You're like, he definitely does not know how to play basketball.
Right.
But then he just magically makes every shot. And it looks like there's no reason it should even be near the basket. And it just goes in over
Yeah.
and over and over again. It's the most, like, I can't even
You could
explain.
say it's frustrating. I mean, in a
No,
sense.
it's not frustrating to me. I think it's
Oh, it's
cool,
not.
especially because we played on the same team mostly.
Yeah, that
If
that
it's not,
helps.
if you're on the opposite team, I might have gotten a little frustrated. But I mean, hey, you do you. Like, if that's how you shoot, that's how you shoot. It just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I have had
You're facing
0.
away from the goal. You're not even facing the goal when you
Yeah,
shoot. You're
like,
like throwing sideways, and it just, I don't know.
make it
You
rain,
got
man.
skills. Yeah, make it
I,
rain.
I've done 0 fundamentals of basketball. Um, And if you never saw the goal, like if you just kind of were behind the goal watching the court and watching me shoot, yeah, 100%. What this is horrible. But I just got this thing where I just trained myself wrong. It's kind of like, when people learn to play the guitar upside down, you're like, it's completely wrong, but you are doing it. So I don't, um, yeah, it's kind of like that.
There is that.
So
Nice.
yeah, man.
So dad moment of the week. Yeah, that was a good dad moment. I
Yeah,
think for both of us, right?
that's a dad saga of the week. But yeah, and then
Yeah. I like that yours was more, uplifting. An uplifting dad moment this week. That's one thing I'm grateful for.
oh yeah, yeah. After the craziness of me like accosting Madeline for not wait,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. You're getting better already.
I've worked at that. Yeah, I've been
Yeah,
getting
you're
up some nights this week, man. Feeding the
I,
baby.
I can tell. It's
Yeah,
coming
I'm
through
yawning
right
right
now.
now.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, sorry to the listeners. Hey, what are you drinking?
What-
I switched it up this week. I'm drinking Kroger seltzer. It's lemon seltzer.
Nice. Okay, well, on your recommendation,
Mm-hmm.
I got what was the brand? I have actually have an Irving Farm mug that is the mug that I think you got me while you were here. I can't remember, but
Oh, nice.
Irving
Yeah, that's a cool
Farm.
mug.
Yep. But it's the what is the do you remember the brand?
I
I
don't.
don't know. We could go back and look. It's
It's
just
not
as well.
bubbly, but it's
We
like.
probably shouldn't say it because I actually hate it. There are very few drinks that I bought a whole case of them, so I'm gonna drink all of them. So maybe I'll
Yeah,
learn to like it.
you're
I
gonna hate.
remember you said last week you're like I don't know I didn't like it at first, but I got the lemon one, which is fine, but it tastes like just all lemon. It's like
Yeah,
so all the flavors are so strong, which
they're
you just
artificial. It's like you could tell it's super artificial. Like, yeah, I know what you're
yeah.
talking about.
Anyway,
They might grow on you, maybe.
maybe. Or next time I'll just get bubbly, as was my inclination before I was like, oh, Hunter said he had these. And then I got them and you don't even have them anymore. When you're like, oh, yeah, I didn't get those this time. I was like, oh, no. Oh,
Oh no,
no. And then I poured it into a glass and started drinking. And I was like, that son of
this
a gun.
sucks. Yeah, you got duped, bro.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, I did. Yeah. Well, that's cool, man. Well, I guess, is that it? Like, I don't really
yeah,
have anything
I
else
don't
to
want to
say to
waste
you.
people's times. I mean, I don't. I'm done talking to you, bro. I mean,
Yeah, I
I
mean, that's
think.
how I feel about it. I was like, I just don't have anything else to say to you right
Yeah,
now.
I mean, we're not going to waste people's times. I mean,
Yeah.
let's not do that. This was just a more of a catch up, dad moment of the week. Um, yeah, you guys can if you want to send birthday. My Venmo is 100-Foreman. And this podcast will be sponsored by you. I won't split the pot with Austin. It will go directly to me.
And I just want to let everyone know that technically, when you send the money, it probably won't be his birthday anymore. Technically, it won't be his birthday, but you can still send it.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, and I think next time we have like a pretty special thing planned for the next podcast. So definitely hang in and come check it out. And yeah, I'm excited for that one. We have a
it's
cool
gonna be
idea.
fun.
So.
Yeah, we're gonna hopefully it works. Hopefully it's gonna be really cool. As cool as it is in our head. I think it will be.
It's going to be fun and hilarious regardless of if it works or not. So
yeah. So tune in probably another week, maybe week and a half, 2 weeks, something like that. But follow us on Spotify. Make sure to give us a rating if you can. Give us I think it's like a star rating. I think it's like 5 stars on Spotify.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's evident if it's on 5 stars, it'd be pretty evident that you'd want to give the 5.
Yeah.
Right?
Obviously.
5 stars.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't want to see any 4-star ratings.
I hate the 4-star ratings. People
give us a 1 or give us a no. Actually, don't give us a 1.
Don't give us a 1.
Give us a 3 or give us a 5. How about that?
Yeah. I mean, people do that at the shop all the time on Google reviews, and they're like, "Yeah, it's 4-star," and they'll put 4 stars and be like, "It was amazing," and I'm like, "I don't understand."
If it was amazing, then where did my last star go?
Yeah.
It didn't just...
Yeah, it's crazy. Also on YouTube, subscribe. Right now it's on my channel, but maybe we'll create our own channel. But just so you can get notifications, when we post a new video.
Yeah, I think at some point we'll have like our own social media stuff for it. I think right now it just makes more sense to share with friends because I feel like those are the people who are mainly listening. But yeah, at some point it might make sense to switch everything over. Also, Apple will be on Apple Podcasts soon.
We will be on Apple.
Are you figuring that out? Full disclosure, that's Hunter's job. And I listen, I can't even point the camera the correct direction. So
Yeah.
Hunter's the one who's, putting
I'm
all this
I'm
stuff up.
yeah, I'm gonna work on Apple this week. So hopefully
But
we'll be
hey,
on
I do
Apple
the
this week.
reels. I do the
You
reels,
do the
right?
reels,
I do the
Austin. If you
reels.
see,
The reels
those
are
are
pretty
good.
good,
They're great. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Check out our reels. Follow us on Instagram, and that's our handles right there. Austin, the number 10 dot west. Oh,
it's
wait,
just
wait, wait, wait,
AUS, the
wait. Let
number
me. I thought
10.
I fixed that. Hold up. Here we go.
Listen, you see how he's just like casually trying to point people to the wrong. Yeah, it's on my YouTube account. If you send money for my birthday, it'll go to me. Here's
Yeah,
Austin's handle, which is subtly
it's
wrong.
subtly wrong. Now it's right.
If you tune in next week, it's going to be the Hunter Foreman Brodad
the,
podcast, and I will be nowhere. I won't be
the
on the
Hunter,
show.
yeah, the Hunter Foreman podcast, small letters with Austin West.
with sometimes guest Austin West.
Oh man. All right, bro. Well, good to catch up with you. Have a good week. Y'all all have a good week if you're listening to this. We love y'all. Keep listening.
Yeah.
And I guess
See you
that's
next
it.
time.
Later.